During the last market shift, 45% of licensed agents did not renew their license, but I'm going to explain why this is the number one opportunity for real estate agents going forward in this next season of the market. Now, the big problem is that so many people are fearful and scared of where the market's going to be going, and that sellers won't want to sell and buyers won't want to buy. But I'm going to explain from my own experience where when I got licensed as a new agent, only 27% of listed homes were selling in my market, and I quickly became a top producer doing the 5 things that I'm going to share with you in this video that you need to be focusing on during a slower market in order to take massive amounts of market share and absolutely dominate when everybody else is fearful and stepping back from the business. Now, before I dive into the 5 things that you need to focus on in order to thrive during this difficult time where many are going to struggle to survive, I want to break down a couple important pieces of information and stats that you need to know that are really going to give you clarity as to why this is such a life-changing opportunity going forward as a real estate agent. So let's dive straight in. What's up, guys? My name is Mike Sherrard with eXp Realty, and I train thousands of agents every day to scale their business the modern way, leveraging things like social media. But I'm really excited about what's about to happen because, again, as mentioned, when I got into the real estate industry in 2017, with my city being tied completely to oil and gas, and that tanked that year, only 27% of listed homes were selling. So I had to do things a little bit differently than a lot of the people that over the last couple of years have been riding this gravy train with a market that is not even in the realm of being normal, with properties selling at like $100,000 over list price within minutes and people lined up at the door, multiple offers. That is not normal. And we're starting to go into a normal market, and who knows if we're going to go into a declining market in terms of something a bit more serious like a recession. But let's look at a couple of stats. Again, 45-ish% of realtors did not renew their license during the last correction, but that is the people that physically checked out from the industry. That does not account for the people that mentally checked out from the industry despite keeping their license active. So when you look at that, the average could be closer to 50 to 60% of agents that were essentially removed from the industry, whether it be physically or mentally. But the crazy part is that during the worst part of that crash, during the absolute bottom, sales had only decreased by about 35%. So you've got 50 to 60% of people leaving the industry, mentally or physically, but you've only got 35% reduction in sales. So look at that gap, and that's what presents the opportunity to take massive amounts of market share during this time. Now, another really important thing to note that's going to be extremely powerful for us as real estate agents is that during the hot market, like we've had for the last 2 years, this is where all the discount brokers, all the iBuyers, all of the people that are cutting commissions like crazy are coming into the mix for sale by owners that are actually selling by themselves. But that doesn't happen during the market decline. So what happens is a lot of those discount brokerages and a lot of those iBuyers flee the industry. A lot of those FSBOs or for sale by owners now struggle to sell their home even more than they did by themselves. So what happens is the average commission typically starts to increase for real estate agents because you're no longer competing against all of these 1%, 0.5% discount brokerages. The iBuyers are not making any money, so they've checked out of the business. And also, it makes the job of a realtor much more valuable because now, as I saw when I was a new agent getting into the business, communication is extraordinarily important. Properties were not selling in that first week, so you needed to keep an eye on how to properly price homes, how to communicate with clients, how to actually study the market data in order to provide context and information to buyers and sellers in order to help them to make proper educated decisions. So let's dive into the 5 things that you need to focus on if you really want to succeed going forward during this market shift. And at the end, I'm also going to explain a really unique opportunity that I'm just about to launch to help you take it even further. Okay, so number 1, you want to adjust your focus. And what I mean by that is that during these times of uncertainty and during market shifts, there's always going to be an opportunity, but the opportunity shifts. So in a good market, there's opportunity. In a slower market, there's opportunity. There is always always opportunity, but you need to be mindful of what that is. And unfortunately, that might not be what you're familiar with. So you need to start to educate yourself. So during these times, what starts to become a better opportunity? You've got things like increase for sale by owners. You've got the expired listings that are going to need more help. You're going to see an increase in REOs and foreclosures and short sales. So one of the important things is to start to look at what is going to happen in the future of your market in the next potentially 12, 18, 24 months, and start to educate yourself if you're not familiar with how to do business like that. Because if you got into the industry in the last couple of years, you didn't really need to have your finger on the pulse of how to deal with short sales, foreclosures, and REOs, because properties were selling. And now that we're going to start to see a decline, those are the things that, again, if you look at the agents that stuck through in the 2008-2009 crash and built a massively successful business, they shifted their focus to the things that were selling in that period of time, which was different than what it was selling before that period of time. Number two, what nobody wants to hear, but it's really, really important, which is doubling down on the basics. And what I mean by that is that it is really important to understand that during these shifts, a lot of people, again, get very fearful, very scared. They start to dial back, take their foot off the gas. And what happens is it leaves the door wide open for the people that are willing to go the extra mile and put the work into their business. So what I'm referring to here is doubling down on the basics and the fundamentals, like door knocking, cold calling, networking events, and the more traditional side of real estate, because oftentimes nobody else is doing it. So that's what I did in the beginning, is I door knocked and I absolutely crushed it because nobody else was willing to do that, because they were so mentally checked out and fearful of what's happening in the market that they didn't even have the grit to go out and do things like that. So if you start to pair the traditional aspect of cold calling and door knocking with the really unique opportunities of the for sale by owners and expired listings, this creates a massive market share opportunity for you to really build momentum and take it from the agents that are going to both physically and check out of the business. Number three is really important, which is learning how to properly price properties, having a better understanding of emotional intelligence when working with clients, and being far better at communication. When I was a top producing agent, the number one piece of feedback that I got when I worked with sellers that did not sell their house with their previous agent was a lack of communication. Because ultimately what happens is when you're used to being in a hot market, you don't really have to be that great at communication, because properties are selling day one or week one for an incredible value, and then you've got possession and that's it. But what happens during the slower market is you might have properties on the market for 30, 40, 50, 60 or more days. Well, you need to be very on the ball with communication so that you don't become the expired listing. So what I did in order to combat this is every single Monday religiously, I took a couple of hours off and I went and deep dove into all of the listings that I had, including buyers, but I was heavily focused on listings. And what I did was really break down the data in terms of how the marketing and advertising was doing, feedback from open houses and showings, how the market was looking in terms of comparables of actives, pendings, solds, under contracts, as well as potential ones that signified overpricing that became expired or terminated listings as well. So what you need to understand is that people are going to shift emotionally when working with a realtor, and they're going to expect something a little bit different than what you're used to. And if you can get ahead of that curve and start to become very diligent with your follow-up and your communication, you're not going to run into that issue, and you're actually going to start to see yourself picking up a lot of listings from those that could not get it sold, that again just simply were uploading it to the MLS, letting it become a sitting duck, no showing feedback, no problem, and didn't do anything for their clients. Number four, incredibly important, and this is one that will make the biggest difference for your business, which is being a lot better at nurturing. And what happens is during these uncertain times and during the times where the market is slowing, interest rates are rising, all kinds of chaos is happening, you're going to get a lot of feedback from buyers and sellers of, I just want to wait. I want to wait to the spring market. I want to wait for interest rates to reduce. I want to wait for all kinds of different things just based on their own certain unique position. And the number one thing that I see agents do wrong is that they say, you know what, no problem, and they just disregard that person. And then unfortunately what happens is once they are ready to buy and sell, you're no longer in the picture. You're no longer in the running to work with them because they weren't immediate. And so many agents, especially during the last 2 years, got accustomed to this immediate gratification business where if somebody wanted to sell, they were selling. If somebody wanted to buy, it was happening. And the nurturing aspect wasn't really a huge component over the last couple of years. But now the ones that are the best at staying in touch with their clients during these shifting markets are going to win, because ultimately a lot of your clients are going to wait. But you want to make sure that if they're going to wait, you're the one that they're going to work with when the time comes to pull the trigger. And the last one, number 5, before I talk about this unique opportunity, is you really need to double down on personal branding and content, because it's not just about taking real estate market share. It's about taking mental market share. The mindset up here. How much real estate can you take in people's mind so that in 6, 12, 18, 24 months, when it does come time for them to make some sort of transition, you are the one they think about, even if they've never had any point of contact with you in the past. So this is why you really want to be doubling down on social media, on content, leveraging video, and really working to create a personal brand that stands out so that you start to get in front of a lot of new people when the other agents start to check out. And this is what's going to allow you to, again, take a more delayed gratification. But once the market does come back, you're going to be the dominating agent in your area. Now, a lot of people are going to listen to these 5 things and want more clarity, want more depth, want exact, tactical, tangible, and practical references and examples of how to actually thrive during these market times. And that's why me and my business partner, Louis, have decided that we are going to be launching a private, exclusive, very intimate mastermind for the agents that are 100% committed and serious about dominating in the next couple of years of their business, making sure that you have all the tools in your toolkit that are going to allow you to take market share, stay multiple steps ahead of the curve of the competition, and make sure that when the market comes back, you are now one of the top producers in your entire market, like we both did during the last shift in our markets. So let's dive into my screen, and I want to walk you through a couple things related to this mastermind, because this is the first glimpse, and then I'll tell you how you could become a part of it. All right, so I'm incredibly excited to announce the launch of this upcoming mastermind, and I want to quickly dive in who's going to be a good fit, who's not going to be a good fit, what you can expect from this mastermind, and why my business partner Louis Gold and I have decided to do this, because we both think that this is what the industry needs and what you need going forward in order to thrive during the market shift. And if you don't know my business partner Louis, he is the master of systems, processes, time management hacks, and helping agents become hyper productive. So that, in combination with my experience of marketing, branding, advertising, lead generation, and all things social, this is going to be an incredible opportunity for the agents that are the right fit. So let me break down what this is actually going to entail. So as you can see here, this is going to be an intimate community and a collaborative community for agents who are committed to becoming the best version of themselves. This, again, for the right fit, is for those who are committed, those who have a no excuses mentality, not the ones that like to dabble in anything, not the ones that like to test the waters or try things. This is for the serious, this is for the committed, and the ones that are not going to quit no matter how difficult things get, and have that warrior mentality. So this is also going to be a true mastermind where some of the top agents around the world, including potentially yourself, are going to be sharing their best strategies. And the reason why I say a true mastermind is because most really aren't. Most is one person sharing knowledge, one-way communication, and that is not what a mastermind is. A mastermind is bringing the minds of multiple people together to create mastery based on everybody's skill set, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. So this is going to be an interactive environment on private Zoom calls where you're going to be able to engage in real time with industry leaders, again, building your network in your sphere and also learning from the best of the best across the globe. And again, this is an exclusive opportunity, and it is for the ones that are all in. We are not dealing with people that are just trying to get their feet wet, trying to just see how things go. This is for people that go all in every single time and don't need somebody to hold their hand as they go through the real estate journey. So what are we going to be talking about in the mastermind? And also, what are the topics? But not only that, I'm going to finish off with the structure of the mastermind, what you can expect from it, and then how you can actually get on the wait list as we open up in the coming weeks. So we are going to be sharing all of the top strategies on all social platforms. We're going to be diving into how to build a scalable top of mind personal brand that not just becomes but remains top of mind, proven systems and processes for scaling your business year over year in any market, especially during a shifting market, because this really is the greatest opportunity that you're ever going to get as a realtor. We're going to be diving in, especially Louis, about all the different time management hacks to make you a weapon in real estate and hyper productive. So you're not just busy spending a lot of time getting nothing done, but every single day you can see the needle of your business moving. And also, most importantly, because real estate is a game of mindset, the mindset that you need not just to play in your market, but to dominate your market. And again, to wrap things up, what to expect from the mastermind, we're going to be doing weekly live Zoom calls where there's going to be a training section as well as an open Q&A mastermind section where, again, you're going to be able to get the feedback and input from all kinds of industry leaders, and you can also be contributing as well. There's going to be private monthly Q&A sessions that we're also going to be diving into, where it's open forum Q&A to get your specific questions answered and to get feedback and opinions from all kinds of other strong agents across the globe. Exclusive access to virtual events that we've got planned and mapped out for the coming years, as well as monthly themes that are strategically mapped out for scaling your business. And again, much more that we're going to be announcing at the time of launch. So this again is going to be something where we are not accepting everybody. This is going to be an application process once we open the doors, and we want to make sure that, again, hopefully you're the right fit. Hopefully you're the type of person that has no excuses, that goes all in, that wants to contribute, that wants to share, and also wants to receive from industry leaders as well. So this is going to be an incredible initiative that we are beyond excited for, and hopefully you get to become part of this mastermind with us, because we are not just going to go through this market shift and play little. We are going to play big. We are going to make sure that you come out the other side as a top producer and you take massive amounts of market share over the next couple of years. So if you want to know more about the mastermind, just drop a comment below and I will send you a link to the waitlist, where then we will be leading up to the launch, sending you more information about the enrollment process, the application process, what we're looking for in terms of the type of agents, and hopefully you get to become a part of this as well. And to bring things full circle, regardless of which brokerage you're at, our goal is to ultimately elevate the quality of the overall industry by pooling the right people together. That, again, even if you're a new agent, even if you're an experienced agent, it is not about your experience, it is about what's up here. So if you want to become a part of this exclusive community, again, drop a comment below and I will personally be sending you a response with the link for the waitlist, and I can't wait to see you on our first call.